Hi, everybody, and welcome to the Soul View. This is Cindy Kabika, and happy solstice. And yes, it is the summer solstice, but Giovanni, what are you celebrating there?
We are having a winter solstice.
She is down under. She's in Australia. And so some of you will be celebrating, depending on where you live, the summer solstice, and some of you will be celebrating the winter solstice. And we're going to be talking about that a little bit in just a moment. What I want to say, first of all, is happy birthday to my granddaughter. She is 25 today.
That's right.
And
Wow.
Lorelei, I have a really important question for you, because there's a lot of people that are celebrating their birthdays out there today.
Mm-hmm.
And by the way, if you are, please let us know. Go ahead. There's a chat right below you or beside you, depending on your technology. Or if you are joining us on YouTube later, go ahead and put your information down below as well. And if it's your birthday on the 21st, or when it is here in June. But especially when somebody, Lorelei, is close to the cusp like this, or on the solstice, how does that impact their energy?
Well, that's a very powerful time to be born. Anybody that's born on either the equinoxes or the solstice, because that's the day when the sun cycles into one of the four initiating signs. You know, we have an initiating sign, a fixed sign, an adaptable sign, and then another initiating sign. So anybody born on a solstice or equinox comes in with a particular kind of dynamic energy of pioneering things, of courage, of competitive even, but definitely here to spearhead something. Because again, initiating energy is just that. I mean, ideally, we all want some of each. We want adaptable, we want some fixed energy and initiating. But again, to be born on one of those four power points is a very significant time to be born in terms of one's expression of who they are.
So today, what energy might someone be feeling? If, you know, there's a lot, it seems like there's a lot of energy around things right now, Lorelei. So I'm just wondering, you know, what it is that we're feeling.
Well, it's an interesting mix, because it's an initiating energy when the sun goes into Cancer and we celebrate the summer solstice, but it's also the sun in Cancer. And Cancer is the most emotional sign in the zodiac. It's the most sensitive, vulnerable, nurturing, nourishing, the sign of home and family. So, you know, we had the sun in Gemini the last 30 days. Well, that's air. So it's easier to be on the surface when planets are in air signs. Well, now with the sun in Cancer, that certainly could tend to trigger or tend to bring forth emotional issues. And that whole, you know, notion, if you will, it's more than that, of really needing to be our own support, our own parent. It doesn't mean we can't allow support in, but really that place of, you know, I'm in charge of the little kid inside me now. Anyone could be saying, I'm saying it as well. But, and so emotional issues could certainly be more on the front burner for folks.
Well, I could definitely see that. I saw a lot of emotion today online with what people seem to be experiencing right now. So that's why I asked. I would love to know how y'all are feeling. So again, over at the side on the chat, go ahead and put your comments in there, because people, they seem to be feeling a lot of different things today. You know, one minute they can be very anxious and angry, and the next minute they're experiencing all this joy, and they're like, seem to be on a roller coaster.
Yeah. Well, and again, if one is not taking responsibility for how one feels and is, you know, reaching out to others, we can reach out for support, but there can be sort of over dependency. You know, it's like when we feel needy, that's another Cancer quality that needs to be embraced. It's usually not an attractive quality when we see neediness in someone, because it triggers our own neediness. You know, we can all be needy. And often we will tend to kind of back away from folks that are displaying that, but it's only because it's triggering our stuff of when we so easily could feel that way. So since I was thinking, it's funny that you say that, because I was just thinking about that today for myself, and just a few conversations that I had going, oh yeah, Sun's in Cancer now. So there's again a wonderful opportunity also to really allow the vulnerability of Cancer. When we're creating our own safety and security, we can afford in a way to be vulnerable and undefended and let people see how we're feeling, without having to hide or to mask it. The line from the Course in Miracles always comes to me when I think of Cancer energy at one of its highest levels of expression, and it's in my defenselessness. My safety lies. Defenselessness. It's so almost counterintuitive, but it's true. It's like I'm undefended and I'm safe in that because I'm creating my own inner safety. So certainly the closeness that people could feel if allowing themselves to be vulnerable now would be beautiful.
I love that. I just wrote that down. I hope everybody had an opportunity to write that down. Now, I want to go ahead and ask Shivani, if you could read some of the quotes that we have. I think I put one quote in there because we're going to be doing some ceremonies today, a few little things. And by the way, you see my little summer solstice wreath that I have. That's one of the little ceremonies that I had today, and going out and finding different things for my garden, for my own yard, and putting them all together in this beautiful little crown.
It's lovely.
I love it.
You look like you should be dancing around a fire.
Yeah. Don't pain.
It makes me feel beautiful.
Yeah. So this is a comment about our last week's show by Bruno Couton. Beautiful quote, by the way. We live in a free will zone in this uni-multiverse. Therefore, we are free to choose to live or die. As a background to this living state, in brackets 3D, we are in it may help to realize that those gods who plucked our DNA out so many years ago did so to keep us small and be good workers. Now, suicide is not good for them, so it becomes a taboo in all religions, at least the Roman Catholic, which forbids it and proclaims we will be burning in hell for doing so. When one is seeking help, as a cry for it, one tends to use pills, cut themselves. But when one hangs themselves or shoots themselves, it is a one-way ticket out. When pain is not bearable anymore physically, or psychic suicide seems to be the only way to stop it, with the inevitable end of a life cycle. Soul contracts are part of it. Depression, when it occurs at a certain level, damages our energy field so much that entities can enter and influence, take control, takes us over even. Yeah. Yep, I agree. If you're not in your body, then anything can come in. Absolutely.
Mm-hmm. I just thought that was a great comment.
Mm-hmm.
And questions?
Marsha, I feel serene and calm today, but did have an emotional upset last week that resolved nicely. Good on you, Marsha.
Yay.
Yay.
And one question that I received again and again on social media, and also people personally writing, was, how did my surgery go? And I have to say, I went in there completely relaxed and calm. I could feel all the energy and prayers when I went in there. I had no anxiety, none whatsoever, not even a speck. I was just like, here I am, let's do this. It was so easy. I just went to sleep and woke up a little smaller.
Unencumbered.
Yeah, unencumbered. There you go. And for those of you who don't know, I had an explant surgery. I had an implants years ago, which have been making me sick for a long time. It's called breast implant illness. We're going to be talking about that. We are trying to plan a show right now where we do a special a broadcast on what that is, and a safe way to remove breast implants if this is you and you find yourself very sick and you don't know why, and all your tests say you're perfectly fine. So anyways, that's what happened to me. I decided to do this. The first day, y'all, I want to tell you this. The first day after surgery, I walked down the steps. I got to the bottom and I stopped and said, oh my gosh, I didn't have to pull myself down the steps because the pain is so bad in my feet every single morning.
Wow.
It usually takes about 15, 20 minutes for me to kind of flex my feet and get the pain out of my feet. And also 0 hip pain, 0, not even a drop. I keep dropping, it seems like every night I'm dropping 5 pounds by the next morning.
Mm.
And just drinking things like apple cider vinegar and lemon with a little cayenne, and doing a very easy, slow detox, eating regularly, just healthy food. And then that, and oh my gosh, has it made a difference? And you can see it in my face. My state of mind, I feel very clear. My body is changing very rapidly. It's the most remarkable thing. If I have not experienced it personally, I would have not known how real the heal is after you've had this explant. So just want to encourage everybody, text me if this is you, if you think you might be having a problem. So that's my long answer. But I feel so darn good.
You're so happy.
All the more reason to celebrate today.
Yeah.
Just feels
absolutely.
Yeah. Health is so amazing, and you just never take it for granted once you get healthy after you've been sick for a while, and pretty incredible. Okay, any other questions or comments?
Only that you look, feel, and sound beautiful, Cindy. That's from Satprem.
Oh, thank you, sweetie.
Thank you so much. And I want to say hi to Jean and Colleen. And let me see, Jean says, I had a birthday on June 16th, but I stopped counting. Age is a lie. Age is a lie we bought into.
True.
Time to give all that up. So on the 16th, what might she have been feeling at that time, Lorelei?
Well, again, at our birthday, that's what's so interesting, because people are celebrating us, or it's like, what are you going to do for your birthday? A lot of times people are out of gas. They're out of energy because the birthday begins the new year, but that's just it. It begins. So I've experienced many folks sometimes that have the flu, they don't feel well, or they were supposed to go to their party, but they didn't go. So, again, it is the new year, but like anything else, it's like you're waking up from a nap, or if you're waking up in the morning and it takes you a while to get going, it takes you a while to stretch and to get the fluids going and all of that. So, I've talked to people that at their birthday, they're all perky and feel great and full of energy. And then others who go, man, I just wanted to, they wanted to be by themselves, but had stuff planned. So, again, I always just encourage people to really follow what they feel, because we tend to think, oh, a birthday is a high energy time. It's really not.
It's interesting that you say that. My granddaughter was saying, I hope I have a good birthday, because every big birthday always seems to be not what I thought it was going to be.
Interesting.
And she's experienced these really hard birthdays. And she said it sucks.
Well, and she's a Cancer. So again, anybody that comes in with any Cancer energy, but especially the sun, is going to tend to be more emotional and feel things. So, it's almost like feeling her own, like whatever good birthday means, that she's not just Cancer, but still, it's really sort of monitoring one's emotional state. And going, okay, you know what? I'm feeling more like I need to pull back now. And that can be difficult for some folks, but once, when allowed, when we really embrace where we are, then we return to, the flow of life with more energy and renewed and replenished.
I really love that. And I think sometimes people say, I want to celebrate my birthday on the day. And sometimes I think it's better not to, like wait a day or two and just kind of be on your own and just celebrate.
That, as a general thing, that's probably what I would suggest to folks. And I think more folks would resonate with that than they think. It's like, yeah, they're going to be celebrated, but on that day of, or the time of the renewal, it really is about being with the self, really, because that's where the renewal is.
Well, doesn't it make sense? And I would love to know Shivani's thoughts on this too. The day you're born, you're not fully awake.
Exactly.
You come in, you're crying, you're not, where am I? What am I doing?
Yeah.
What did I let myself in for?
Right, exactly.
Did I really want to get back?
And it's only shortly after that, a few days, when you start realizing, oh, the comfort of mom is nice, the comfort of dad, all these people love me, and you start awakening slowly to this new environment. So wouldn't your birthday be the same?
Absolutely. Every year, that's exactly right. And we do a chart. We do a chart at the exact moment that the sun returns to where it was. And sometimes that is the day before the birthday, because it's not the chronological date. It's when the sun is in that particular degree of the sign. So yeah, and that's another birth chart. So that's absolutely right. It's like we're reborn every year. So makes total sense.
Do you feel that way too, Shivani?
It's easy. Well, I was just musing about it. It's actually easy for me, in inverted commas, because my birthday is on the 27th of December, and quite often people are on holidays. Like I can never find, it's very hard for me to find people on that particular day to celebrate with.
Interesting. Wow.
Or people forget, like as a child, I remember huge disappointments where as an 8 or 9-year-old, my mom would invite people and they forget, because in Germany you start Christmas on the 25th. Yeah, so 24th. So 24, 25, 26. So by the time the 27th comes along, everybody is partied out and they don't want to have any more cake or any more good food. They're over it.
Yeah. So all the Capricorns that are born in December have to obey that rule.
Yeah, honestly, I thought a few times maybe I should have my birthday in February because I'm premature. Yeah, I'm a preemie. So I was supposed to be an Aquarian, not a Capricorn.
Of course, if you'd been an Aquarian, you wouldn't have all that Sagittarius energy that you have. You'd have something else.
Yeah.
You are all about adventure.
That's a great title for a book, Shivani.
Well, I want to go ahead and start talking about the solstice, the summer solstice and the winter solstice. And I would like to know from both of you, when you think about the solstice, this is a change in season. Now it is officially summer, but what else is it? It's the returning of the light if it's summer. So you want to talk about that a little bit, Lorelei, and then where you are, of course, this is everything going into hibernation or going dark.
Yeah, winter. Yeah.
So you can talk about that, Shivani, too. So.
Well, the summer solstices, as are the equinoxes, is the opportunity to tap into a resonance and a heritage and a tradition and magic. In other words, because people used to travel, weeks to get to these festivals, and they would celebrate for a week to 10 days, and families got together and the men did their things and the women did their things and the kids. So they were big deals to celebrating the return, the energy of the sun. So one of the things that we did at Unity last night, which was beautiful, is we had on an altar all the elements, having a candle and some water and a feather for air, and a bowl of earth, because again, it's an opportunity to really tap into those traditions and the natural rhythms of things. So until, as an astrologer, of course, these are very significant times because each one, solstice and equinox, as I said before, represents the sun shifting into an initiating sign. So we initiate again into a new season. So I've been very quiet today. I've had a couple of conversations, but I've been, deliberately so, kind of like, because I feel the shift. I feel the shift in, and I think the things that we see that are going on for folks individually and collectively are really tapping that emotional root now of folks. And that's really because at the summer solstice, the sun's going into Cancer, and of course for you, the sun's going into Capricorn.
So Lola, where does it originate? Celebrating the solstice, do you know?
That's a good question. I really don't. I just know that celebrations have existed since time, because people understood intuitively the rhythms of the sun, and we didn't have obviously the technology that we have. So, these festivals again were major turning points for folks, although
they were pagan.
Exactly.
Yeah. They were pagan rituals, and people get confused, about pagan, and, it got a bad name because Christianity tried to diss it, but it just means, people of the people.
Well, and the people that were leading the service last night are Wiccan, which was beautiful. So that's exactly what we were talking about.
Yeah. That's it. And so there's a lot of traditions that come from a lot of different sources. And that's really something that I want to share today, because I love celebrating. Like I said, today I made this crown, and these are all plants that came from my yard. I smudged my house, and the sage came from my garden. The lavender came from my garden. So I said, this is from the earth, this part of the earth that I happen to own the deed on. And so I thank you for cleaning all and every negative bit of energy from my home. Spirit of the sage, I ask you to escort it out now. And I went around the house and I did that. And then I brought in calm and peace when I smudged the lavender, and I went through the house with that, and everything I felt better. My animals, it is the most amazing thing to see the animals calm right down. And they can't process, they can't overthink it like we do.
I smudged my house yesterday too.
Did you? Well, cool. How does it feel different?
I only smudged once when I moved in here, so 9 months ago.
Wow.
But it wasn't even, like I said to you guys before, we don't really celebrate solstice. Some people do in Australia, but it's not a mainstream. It's just, this is the first day in winter, right? That's, but yeah, so I smudged my house. So.
Well, I think this is a good thing to do. There are several things that I like to do on the solstice and the equinox, and smudging is one of those things. Cleaning my crystals would be another thing. It's raining today, so normally I would actually cleanse them, putting them out in the sun and supercharging them, but I'm not able to do that because it was raining all day long. It also reminds me to change the battery in the smoke alarm. I do that. And I change my mascara. What people don't realize is mascara is like a little test tube. And you've got all these little eye mites that are breeding in there, and that's why your eyes will start to itch. And for those people, I was a makeup artist for years. So I tell people, do not keep it more than 3 months. That is the max. So this gives us an opportunity to remember to do some things like that. Those are simple little things that is a ceremony. And I always think, as I'm throwing it away or recycling the plastic tube, I'm just thanking it and saying, thank you for helping me be beautiful. And then I just throw it away. And then I bless the new mascara, that it's healthy for my eyes and for my body. that is simple. It doesn't have to be something big. It's
right.
standing in appreciation.
Hmm.
So do you have any little rituals like that?
Well, as I said, I work with the elements. So I was doing a meditation yesterday about having all of the elements sort of on a small altar, and then making a list of and I've gathered this from different folks over the years, but making a list of everything that one would have put out at the spring equinox that didn't happen. Then we want to renew whatever it is that would be the ongoing desires, ongoing intentions. It could be behaviors we want to end. It could be, I get angry too quickly, or I'm too quick to go to martyrhood, or whatever that is, because each solstice and equinox is a time of endings and beginnings. So there's an opportunity really to reestablish what's important, and to then set the goals, the intentions, the wishes for the next 3 months between now and the fall equinox. And then, so again, we have this opportunity, of course, again, every month with the lunar cycles, but in terms of the solstices and the equinoxes, also major times of planting seeds and creating.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. So with the winter solstice, it would be the opposite, right? It would be more hibernating, going inwards, letting go.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Because it's the rebirth of the light inside. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That's what I was saying when we did our pre-production call. I was thinking that is so interesting. I don't think I've ever talked with someone on an ongoing basis in another hemisphere where, here's the summer solstice and there's the winter solstice. I mean, that's pretty cool. We've got our bases covered here. The shortest day, the longest day, out of that comes a balance, I think.
Mm.
I really love that. Well, I have some other people. Hi, Richard. And let's see here. And you guys can check. Please go ahead and, I've got somebody over here that said their birthday is tomorrow.
Oh, Masha. Yeah.
Okay. Yep. Happy birthday. Happy birthday to you.
To you.
Okay. Farrah said hi, Jean. Let's see here. Richard and got lots of people out here. And let me see, Lorelei, what unity? She's wondering what unity.
Oh, Unity North in Atlanta, in Marietta, Georgia.
In Marietta, Georgia. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, great. Okay. And I'll get to more of these in just a moment. I want to share a couple of things. Of course, like I said, us here in the Northern Hemisphere are celebrating the return of the light. And there are some things that we can do that are very, very easy and just beautiful to do. And so I'm going to just read through some of these that I think are really wonderful. One is, of course, the fire releasing, and we can't really do that here. The one thing I meant to do is to light a candle, because for every ceremony, regardless if it's a solstice or the equinox, fire, I think, is always very cleansing. It's one of the elements that I always have around me. I actually have one burning upstairs, but I didn't bring it in here. So that's wonderful. And releasing that which is no longer serving you. And if you don't know what is not serving you, ask the people around you.
Yeah. Exactly.
Right?
Oh, yeah.
Sometimes other people spot it before we do.
Absolutely. That's a great thing to do, actually. It's sort of like, someone that you trust, certainly, it's like, okay, if we can't see it, usually those people that care for us, they can see it pretty well.
Yeah.
We've got a couple of comments.
Okay.
With the winter and summer solstices, this day represents the earth in perfect balance.
Mm-hmm.
And Kelsey, I have been feeling overly emotional, but also I've had a surge of perspective. Interesting time, this solstice.
Well, and then there's Richard on Ayel, I'm not sure how to say his last name, on Facebook says that he used to flip his mattresses. Let's see, Um,
Oh, that's great.
yeah.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
At the solstice.
Oh, I'm writing that down.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Here's a new thing that I can do.
Yeah, that's another. Yeah, because again, when we do these rituals on a on a regular basis, we're anchoring the energies. So anything we can do on the physical level, like turn the mattress or the new mascara or whatever that is. I mean, like I switch the sponges in the kitchen every week, in other words, of the moon cycle. Every 2 phases, I change the sponges. That's just something that I do. I do that, and so anything that cleaning out, a drawer or a closet or something. I think it really is just a way to not only tune into the energies, but to receive them, and to allow then to be brought in whatever it is that we're asking for. So I think those things that we do on a physical level that are really disciplining are how you do one thing is how you do everything.
I don't always agree with that, as Lorelei knows. I don't, because I am a workaholic and I can let my house go. So I can totally let things just kind of pile up around me because I get so focused. I get hyper focused on things and I'm so intense. So they're very opposite.
But then at some point when it feels right, you straighten that, correct? And you order it. You do your Virgo, your Jupiter in Virgo. Yeah. So, I mean, to me, it doesn't mean we do it all the same all the time, but you do both. Because if you're in Pisces mode, you're not going to be straightening up things. You're not going to be. And if you're in Virgo mode, you're not going to be in doing creative inspiration. You're going to be weeding the garden or, whatever those physical things are, the Virgo part. I always marvel at how you're able to take an inspired idea and create the process, create the methodology. It's brilliant.
That's my Virgo, and I think there's got to be a little Capricorn in there.
Well, that's strong Saturn. Yeah, you have a strong Saturn in your chart. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
So there is this wonderful process or celebration that you can do, or ritual, whatever you want to call it. And I actually learned this from Gabrielle Bernstein. I don't know if anybody knows who she is. She's a spiritual teacher. I love her books. And I learned this a long time ago, and I don't remember if a light waterfall bath is what she calls it, but that's what I have always called it. And this is, and I want everybody, if you will, right now, just close your eyes for a moment and just envision this. And this is something, of course, that would be done for the summer. You can lie in a comfortable space. It can be inside or out. And just lie down flat on your back. If you would like to put a bolster underneath your knees, that is perfectly fine. The key is to make sure that you are completely comfortable. As you close your eyes, put your hand, one hand over your heart, and the other one on your belly. If it's more comfortable, you can lay both hands next to your body with your palms up. This is about imagining that you are recharging your inner battery. Envision the light, the beautiful light of the sun, like a waterfall of light, embracing, revitalizing, supporting every bit of you. Allow that waterfall of light to stream over the top of your head and start moving all the way down your body. Allow it to just bathe your neck, your chest, down your arms, all the way to your fingertips. as it continues to recharge every cell. It continues to move down your body, across your torso, into your hips, down the right and the left legs, all the way to your toes. Now just feel this waterfall of light, embracing every part of your body. And for a moment, let's just all be. Is there any area in your body that is calling to you, that needs your attention? Right now, put your attention on that area. Send the light into that area. If there is more than one area in your body, send the light to all the different areas, one at a time, really focusing on each area. I love that the birds showed up just in time to really help us feel.
Exactly. I was just reveling myself.
I love that. That was beautiful. And now take a nice, gentle breath. Open your eyes. Bring awareness back into your body just by moving your shoulders a little bit and just moving your head from side to side, gently moving your fingers and your legs. Put a smile on your face. You are now recharged.
That was great. The battery. I love that. It's exactly what the sun is. The sun is the battery.
Yeah.
Your voice, I hear your Mars is in Taurus. Mars is what drives us. When you do a meditation, it's like, I could just go to sleep. I just want to put that bolster under my legs. It's like hypnotic and so soothing. It's like, oh, my guys.
It must be a Pisces thing. I don't know.
No, it's your Taurus.
It is a Taurus? Okay.
Yeah, your Mars is in Taurus. That's the grounded, earthy part of you. Oh. You know, Taurus is the throat. It rules the throat. It's the voice. Yeah, and your voice is just so, every time you do one of those, it's like, oh. I'm ready for my nap.
Another one that we received is actually a karmic cleanse. Have you ever thought about doing a karmic cleanse?
No, but I love the way that sounds.
This is from BJ King, and we just finished a whole series with her, and she's getting ready to do another workshop. She's an absolutely amazing spiritual teacher. And she says that during the equinox, that the karmic board meets and offers humanity an opportunity to ask for special dispensation to clear a percentage of negative karma on the earth and in humanity.
Wow.
At these times, we can ask for the clearing of all maximum accumulated negative karma that the cosmic law will allow us. So if you will just close your eyes again, everyone, and I will just read this statement that she has actually created that we can say to ourselves. And then Ferris, I want to remind you to please post this for everyone, and BJ said that's okay. And we can also post some information where you can take one of our workshops if you so choose. So just gently close your eyes and please repeat after me. I take myself deliberately before the karmic board.
Deliberately before the karmic board.
And ask for a special dispensation.
And ask for a special dispensation.
To clear the portion of my negative karmic record.
To clear the portion of my negative karmic record.
Allowed by cosmic law at this time.
Allowed by cosmic law at this time.
I ask the karmic board.
I ask the karmic board.
To clear the negative karma of my ancestors.
To clear the negative karma of my ancestors.
My home.
My home.
My family.
My family.
My relationships.
My relationships.
And my soul in all dimensions.
And my soul in all dimensions.
And time frames.
And time frames.
And so it is.
And so it is. Ooh. Wow.
Look at, I've got just bumps. God.
That's powerful.
Isn't that powerful?
Mm-hmm.
Wow. I
never would have thought of that.
I didn't think about that either. And this is something that, during the class she gave us. So I just think it's beautiful. And we will put that there. It goes on a little bit more, but we're limited on time here. So I've shortened this just a little, but I will post that for you and more information about her. And by the way, I want to mention that we have some class coming up with Lorelei and me, and we're going to be sending out information to everybody. We're going to talk about theologies. And this is really exciting because when we met, this was something, and I think it was 2011, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yes.
That we met. And one of the first things that we said that I asked you when we met was, I teach personality type and temperament, psychology, the psychology of the mind. How does it align with astrology? And so we are doing a workshop on Monday, June 25th, to find out. And this is really cool. And what we'll need from everybody and by the way, it's $39, but because of the solstice, it's $10 off, and use the code Solstice. And we'll get $10 off for it. And we'll be sending the link out to everybody, by the way. So,
we should call it Solstice, SOULSTICE.
Yeah.
The
Solstice. Instead of solstice. And so we'll be sending this out to everybody, and you can join us. And the only thing that we need from you is when you sign up, then of course we want your birth information, or you'll be sending that directly to Lorelei. And so that's what we're doing on our end. And Shivani, do you have anything going on that you want to tell everybody about, or has that been something that already occurred?
Yeah, look, I am starting to go live with a mini summit with 5 speakers. It's totally free. It's part of the World Awakening series, and we are honing in on what is stopping you to take action on your soul's calling.
Oh, beautiful.
Yeah, starting Monday for 5 days, 5 experts, everybody, will talk into that. So it's free, but I don't know how to post that. I haven't got the link at the moment.
Okay. All right. Well, we can get that from you, and we can just let people know, what we're all up to. Because besides this, we have other things that we do, and we just really like to let you know what else we've got going on. And it's pretty exciting. It's an exciting time. I feel a lot of really cool energy. And what's interesting is, before my surgery, I always felt like I had this veil, like I was looking at the world through a veil. And it feels like that veil has lifted.
Wow.
I didn't even know it was there.
Wow.
Yeah.
And people that in our group on breast implant illness, there's 44,000 women now, over 44,000 women, and they all report the same thing. So after their surgeries. So it's pretty amazing. Okay. Any other comments? Do we have some more comments? Shivani, can you see them?
Yep. No more comments.
No more? Okay. All right.
People are hibernating. It's the sun in Cancer.
Yeah.
Really? I mean, on some level.
Maybe they're in the winter solstice.
That's true. The winter solstice.
I love this. Jean says, I put on some boogie woogie music on Pandora and dance like nobody's watching. I love that. And I've been doing that, by the way, around the house, and I've been babysitting this little puppy. And, he hardly barks at all. He's the sweetest little thing. He's 2 pounds. He's only going to be 3 pounds. He's a little Yorkie, a teacup Yorkie, and he's so cute. And I've been dancing around with him, and he just loves it. It's been really
I can just see it. I want one too.
Okay, let's see here. Anything else that you see that I'm not seeing? I've just got my phone here, so I'm kind of limited on what I can see. Richard says hi to everybody, and to Ferris. Everybody says.
Let me go back to.
Yeah, I can.
Okay, I think that's just about it. I really hope that you will take this opportunity of this energy. And Laurel, I want to ask you, how long can they celebrate this energy? How long does it last?
Since everything's a state of mind, you can celebrate it anytime you want. No, I mean, again, this is the shift now. We just experienced the shift. The sun will be in Cancer for a month. But again, I think depending on how each person is wired, some people feel energies more viscerally than others. So, this is certainly an energy to feel that we can sort of bask in, because it's the mother energy. So it's really that opportunity to reconnect to the mother inside us, whether our mothers are here or not on the planet. But, the mothering instincts are more conscious now for folks.
Well, that's beautiful. Anything else you want to share with everyone, Shivani?
What you said made a lot of sense. I was just, thinking, like, for me, it's about letting go and embracing the new. And I've just let go of a, relationship with a group that I've belonged to for 2.5 years. And although this feels totally aligned, there is this wobbly. And when you said, the relationship with my own, with my mother within makes sense, because I'm still redefining being alone, and of course I'm not. Do you know what I mean?
Yes, absolutely. Yeah, because the whole issue of belonging to whatever could be up for folks now, belonging to a family, belonging to a group of friends, a group of business associates. And I would like to say one more thing, because this will happen before our next show on Tuesday, the 6th. The day of the show, the 27th. No, now I'm all confused. June 26th, Mars, the planet of action, will appear to go backwards, retrograde, for 2 months until the end of August. And Mars is in Aquarius now. And Aquarius is, where do I fit in? And it's fitting in with the self. That's just it. It's like, it's like we could all feel safe being an individual. I know that sounds kind of strange, and find a new sense of belonging or a new tribe, or, but people I think are going to be questioning, especially when Mars retrogrades, gee, this doesn't fit anymore. This group doesn't fit. I don't feel that I can't really be who I am, or, whatever that is. So I think, you're feeling some of that also, Shivani, in terms of, it's like we can all be a group of one, and from that place attract our tribe.
Yeah.
From that authenticity, in other words.
Mm-hmm. And then, Shivani, you've also experienced, pretty significant loss. The loss of your critter that you've had with you for so many years, and he has just transitioned, and he's still with you, but adjusting to being alone. That leaves an emptiness.
Yeah, I feel it's like I'm recalibrating, it's like, the loss of the dog, the loss of my community. But again, I think it's in the being uncomfortable that you grow, right? That's the stretch.
Well, and it's the death and the rebirth, and you've got a lot of Scorpio energy. So, you know how to do that, but here's another, loss is a Scorpio construct. And there are a lot of us with Jupiter and Scorpio now in the sky, retrograde, a lot of loss is up for folks, whether it's people, transitioning, animals, loss of a way of being, of something that defines us. So, but out of that comes the Phoenix.
And that's the energy I very resonate with. The Phoenix.
Yeah, and that's your logo.
Exactly.
See, I love that. I love that when people speak their genius, especially not especially, but in work as well as just normal life. You're wired with Phoenix energy. So for you to have Phoenix as a symbol, it would talk about resonating with yourself, right?
Right?
And it's interesting that all of these things happened for you, Shivani, leading up to this winter solstice.
Yes.
No accident. Absolutely.
We're releasing. And of course, there's the fire ceremonies that I think most people know about them. Today, I tried to get some things that were a little different that we could share here. And I hope everybody enjoyed them. I welcome your comments. If you like what we're doing here, please let us know. Give us a thumbs up, lots of hearts. We love getting hearts from you, and thumbs ups, your comments below always help. And if you are watching us on Facebook, after the show, then please leave your comments below, because we love to read them. We love to hear what's going on in your life. Maybe, how do you celebrate? Where do you live? Are you in northern or southern hemisphere? And how are you celebrating? I believe that it's wonderful to have these special celebrations, but that we should each honor and celebrate every single day.
We have one more comment just came in. So that's from Sat. Thank you all. Hope we can connect with Shivani next week. Yay! Join us for the summit. It will be fun. See you all on Monday. It's been a good solstice week. I'm feeling so much shifting more than usual. Some lifting and some uncomfortable losses, and also just returning from doing powerful days of yoga up in the mountains with 2,000 other yogis. Wow.
Oh my goodness.
For our annual solstice celebration. Oh my God. You're celebrating in style.
That's beautiful.
Fantastic. Yeah,
we were originally supposed to have this program on Wednesday, but so many people had celebrations to go to that we thought we would do it today instead. And of course, it was this morning.
Today is the solstice, right?
Yeah, today is the solstice. So we thought we'd do it on the actual day, but a lot of people were going to be gone, and they said, I hate that I'm going to miss you this week. Well, you didn't miss us. We try to accommodate. So if that's it for everybody, thank you again for joining us. We so honor each and every one of you. We are so thankful that you are joining us on this beautiful journey that we're on, and leave your comments. If there's something that you really want us to talk about that's in the news, please let us know. We know that there are some sensitive things that are in the news right now. We talked about whether or not we were going to mention them. Maybe next week. This week, they're still sensitive. So today we're just going to, honor the light, or the dark. Yeah. So we love you all, and until next time, namaste.
Namaste.